Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to share with you some of the projects that I've been working on. I'm just gonna get right into it. Behind me is all my Suncatcher stuff, so that's what I'm gonna show first. On this tripod, I have two stages of Suncatchers. I actually don't have a Suncatcher attached to either of these, but it is a wire form that I made. Some bits are taped, some bits are twisted. This one's got a little beat up just from having been worked on, but I started wrapping it in floral tape on the top and I added some beaded leaves. I want to add some more bead work, like beaded flowers. I need to wrap the rest of it in floral tape, and then once it's wrapped in floral tape fully, I'm going to wrap it in embroidery floss, and I do also have to attach the actual Suncatcher. That's that one. This one I'm still building up and working on because I want it to be very large. This is some wire that Lewis gave me. I also have to attach the Suncatcher, but I'm not sure how big I want this to be. I want the wire to be coming out from all directions, and I might want it to be even longer than it is, but I guess this is a good place to start because it is quite large. And I have no floral tape attached to it yet. This one I'm holding is actually a finished one. So this has floral tape covered in embroidery floss with beaded flowers. It has a Suncatcher attached to it. This one is very similar, but in a different amount of stages. I have some beaded flowers, beaded leaves, floral tape wrapped around most of it, but I do have a bit more wire to cover in floral tape. And then this will get embroidery floss. I'm thinking a green shade of embroidery floss similar to this one, so they're a bit of a duo. Also, I did cut my finger yesterday chopping vegetables, and I did have to go to urgent care, but it's not as bad as that sounds. It was scary for me, but we went just in case I needed to get stitches, and I didn't need to get stitches, so that's good. And at least they properly cleaned it and stuff. So it's hard for me to use my finger, so I kind of just like keep my finger pointed whenever I'm holding things. I'm not trying to draw attention to it, but I just can't help it. So that's these guys. And I just keep them hanging up on our wall here and on my tripod. Even though this one's half finished, I just keep it up on my wall to remind me to work on it. Next, I have quite a bit of small pieces that I'm working on. This top that I'm wearing, this linen top, it was going to be a dress, but I decided to hem it into a shirt. And then because of that, I had quite a bit of the same fabric as scraps that I cut off from the bottom of it when it was a dress. So I've been drawing out and beading or embroidering small pieces. I like draw lines on the linen, dividing it into small rectangles, and then draw my motifs. So I have a couple beaded eyes. I have a ladybug here, a tree. Currently I'm working on a star. I have some flowers, and I drew a butterfly over here. So I have this little scrap of linen that I'm working on, and then these will turn into pieces like this. These are some recent small pieces that I just put in my shop. I have a sunflower and a pansy, and I have to put these in my shop today, so that's why they're still out. Little orange flower with a green beaded frame. This is like a wildflower, maybe like yarrow or tansy. A little orange flower. So that's what those small pieces are going to become. I also have another scrap that I've been working on. This whole bottom part I have not drawn on, but I made a couple pensacles. I have a larger sunflower, and then not sure what I'm going to draw over here. So I have to decide what other motifs I want to do. Trying to keep my shop stocked with small pieces. Also, I applied to be a vendor for the next Yours Truly market that's happening here in Philly in September. So I'm still waiting to hear back if I got in, but regardless, I'm trying to stay on top of my work and prepare enough pieces so that if I do get in, I don't have to stress too much about making lots and lots of stuff. I'll probably work on this a little bit today. I have this linen shirt that I am embroidering. I actually got this from ThreadUp for myself, and when I tried it on, it felt, I mean, it fit me perfect, but it was a little bit too tight for my comfort levels. So I decided that I'm going to just embroider it and try to sell it rather than keep it for myself, because something I know about myself is that if a piece of clothing is like tight and annoying to wear, I'm just not gonna wear it. I drew out a star and some flowers. I do think I'm going to continue the flowers to the back, but I just haven't drawn that yet. And then I have 2 doves, and one is embroidered and one is not. So I've been working on this at night while Lewis and I watch TV shows. We just finished watching The Wire, and it was really incredible. If you haven't seen that show, we really raced through watching it because it was so good, and we were both looking forward to watching it every night. I am relieved that we finished it because now we can take a bit of a break from watching shows. Sometimes it can be a bit much, but I must say that was a fantastic show. Anyways, that's that one. What else do I have downstairs? I don't have too much more downstairs, but I do have a lot of stuff everywhere. It's really messy right now, and I would love to clean my work area down here. It's just out of control. I have this tank top set aside, which I thrifted somewhat recently just at the local thrift store, and I have an idea for drawing out something on here. I can show you my sketch. I just haven't actually drawn it out. I feel like I made this sketch when I was waiting in the waiting room for therapy of folksy, abstract, mystical embroidery idea for a tank top. So that's what I'm going to try to draw on that beige tank top. A very simple outline of a dog and a very simple outline of a cat that I haven't embroidered yet, but the dog I did embroider. I guess I can make a small little embroidery piece with that. Just notes to myself. I guess I'll move on to stuff upstairs. In my workroom, it does feel like my unfinished pieces are the usual suspects that I tend to always share. I did start beading this apple that has an arrow through it, so I started beading the leaves. I don't think this will take long if I could just sit and work on it. The only thing is a lot of the projects up in my workroom have sort of been frozen in time because I don't come up here to work as much when it's really hot in the summertime, because even though we technically have central AC, it isn't very efficient on our top floor of the row house. So I tend to stay downstairs, still have this drawing of a butterfly. I guess I want to bead that. Still have this like partially beaded owl. I have my bikini up here because I wanted to bead it, but I have not gone to the beach at all this summer, so I haven't been really motivated to work on this. So I dyed this with my sister, I don't know, in a thrift flip video last fall, and it's a little patchy. It doesn't look that bad on camera. It was very lime green, and now it's a more like muted green. So I could just wear it, but I thought I would bead it. That might be fun. I don't know. I thought that could be a cool video. Time seems to just be slipping away as far as like the summer, and I haven't been swimming. I would like to go swimming at least once. Lewis and I have a friend's wedding in early September that will be in Ocean Grove, where I used to live. Ocean Grove is a beach town in New Jersey, and I do think that there will be like a beach party beforehand, so that'll be a great reason to swim. Maybe I will try to work on this before then if I do decide to go through with beading it. And then I do have various clothing projects, but I feel like I show them all the time and I haven't made any progress on them, like plaid linen dress, plaid linen top. I have a bunch of cat pillows that I've been working on. I can't really show you more than what it looks like pinned inside out. This one's going to be red and cream striped. I have a few more in my bedroom. Here's a few more cat pillows that I need to work on. I made a bunch of these plaid ones that I need to put in my shop today. This is a thrifted tablecloth. As always, these pieces are all still unfinished, except for this one. This one is done, but I really want to work on this hoop soon, and I really want to work on this hoop soon. And I also have plans to take this piece down. This piece is going to be another button nymph, and oh, I do have a half finished one I can show you. It's been a while since I worked on this or any of these. What it is a fabric shape that I've stuffed with fabric scraps. This one I started beading all over in clear beads and clear buttons. It's supposed to look a bit like a butterfly. It kind of caves in on itself, but once the middle portion is beaded, it will get a little bit more like bounce to the shape of it. At least that's what happened with the other ones that I've made. I would love to work on this one. I just don't have that many clear beads or buttons, so I'm going to have to source some on eBay. For this one, I have a bunch of gold buttons downstairs. Maybe I'll take you down to show you those. Right now I am sitting behind my couch area where I have a small shelf that I've stuffed with lots of things. So I still have this piece. This is my bag of gold buttons. I was thinking this could be like a gold metal button nymph, so I could start sewing these onto here. That's the plan for that one. And I do have more buttons than just this bag, so I know that this isn't going to be enough to cover the whole thing. I do have this piece that I drew out a while ago on a video. Haven't started embroidering it yet. It's like a star with flames on an old napkin. A friend of mine who's getting married in September asked me to bead these gloves for her. So I have these down here, and she just wants like really simple stripes of beading on here, but it is ruched, so I don't totally know how I'm going to approach that yet. It's like a mesh fabric too, which I'm not used to working on, but I'm going to try to order the beads today and definitely work on these in August. I feel like once I can figure out the material and the beads that I'm using, it shouldn't take that long. We'll see though, because yeah, they are like really long when they're not ruched up together. That's that. Besides that, I just have a pile of clothes that I plan on embroidering, but I haven't started embroidering. I showed these in my thrifting video. I do also have this, which is an applique quilt that I made that I just need to cut down rods for to be able to have it be hangable, but it's just kind of tucked away down here. Sometimes projects can be like almost finished, but just need a little bit more, and then they sit behind my couch for a really long time. So that's this one situation. And yeah, besides that, just a bunch of shirts that I want to embroider. Oh, I forgot about this one. Yeah, these guys all need to get drawn on. That's pretty much everything that I have to share today as far as stuff that I'm actively working on, stuff that I'm planning on working on. Despite all of that stuff, my mind has been thinking a lot about paintings that I want to make, and that's like a completely other topic. And I've been sketching a lot in my journals, ideas for those, but I haven't really set aside the time for that. Today I'm going to do a little bit more embroidery and maybe even some sewing upstairs. Some of the clothes that are like half finished for myself, I just want to finish them and like clean my workroom and clean my bedroom because they're kind of out of control right now. I hope you liked seeing all of my works in progress, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye everyone.